How does semen retention relate to financial success? I'm talking an abundant, prosperous life. Now, I want to tell you a story. I had a friend, I still have a friend, he's my best friend, and he put all of his energy in his young adult years, his teenage years, towards chasing females. He was a master. He could tell a girl what she wanted to hear. He could get her to do what he wanted her to do. I mean, he had the looks, everything. And I told him, first of all, I told him about semen retention. I'll get to that later. But I told him one day, I said, bro, if you took that energy that you put towards chasing females and getting girls, you're good at it. I told him, you're good at it, bro. You're really good at it. If you took that energy and put that towards building a business, put that towards financial success, finding your purpose, bro, you would be unstoppable. Because he was like a master at it. I mean, he could get any girl. He could speak well. He looked, all those things. But if he took that energy and put it towards his purpose, and he started practicing semen retention, he didn't lust over girls. See, semen retention, let me tell you guys, it's not just about not ejaculating. It's not just about not wasting your semen, your life force energy, not watching the websites. That's a part of it. That's the main part of it. But another part of it is what's called edging. This means you are constantly trying to get attention from females. You want their attention. You want them to praise you, look up to you, say nice things to you. And this is another way of wasting your energy, spending it. You're spending your energy doing that. You're making the post. You're posting the thirst trap pictures. You're doing, not all of you guys do that, but the point is your energy is going towards that. And that takes a lot of energy, a lot of mental, spiritual energy. Imagine you weren't doing that. You didn't care about what any females think about. You weren't trying to get girls. You weren't trying to do, you were just, God will send you the wife whenever it's time. So when you stop spending your energy in that direction, you can begin spending your energy in this direction, in the direction of becoming successful financially, becoming successful in your career, or creating the business, or living in your purpose and turning that into your financial success, and turning your purpose into a business. This is possible, but it's not possible when you're wasting your sexual energy. So that's why I talk about semen retention so much, because it literally helps you in all areas of your life. When you're not wasting that energy, oh my goodness, your energy, your brain has to direct that energy into different channels. And when you direct the energy into different channels, you discover a lot about yourself. A lot of times you have to go through the darkness too. You have to go through the suffering. You have to go through the hard times. You have to go through the negative thoughts and the negative feelings and the temptations and the cravings to go back into your old ways, to give into your lower nature animal desires. So how does semen retention relate to financial success? Well, first of all, let me tell you this. That's not the goal of semen retention. But one thing I know, and it's kind of chilly out here, one thing I know is when you conserve that energy, then you tap into this level of mental clarity that you now see the world differently. You see the world in a different light. And that different light allows you to see what you need to do most in your life. So if you're not financially successful, a lot of times when you stop doing that, when you stop doing the PMO, as we talk about porn, masturbation, orgasm, when you stop doing that, you start to see the gaps that need filled in your life. You start to see, man, I'm not doing very well financially. I'm working this stupid job that I really don't like. Why am I doing this? Or you might start to see your relationships aren't flourishing. Man, I've been wasting my energy doing all this nonsense. My relationships, they suck. I'm not doing well in my relationships, my relationship with my family, my relationship with my friends. It's just not great. You start to notice these things because you don't really have a choice. Life becomes clear. And the thing is, when life becomes clear, what do we want to do? We tend to want to distract ourselves. Instead of distracting yourself, you sit with that. You sit with it with a pen, with a piece of paper, and write it down. Journal how you feel. Get it out of your system. If you are struggling financially, well, put that energy towards creating financial success, figuring it out. I remember that's what I did. When I first learned about semen retention, I discovered I didn't want to work a job. I wanted to be financially free. I wanted to be financially abundant. I wanted to be able to do what I want whenever I want to do it. I wanted to be able to have enough money for when I do have a family, I'll be able to provide exceptionally for them and not have to worry about the stress of money, finances, bills. Over 50% of divorces happen because of money. I did not want that to be my fate. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to make money, to be financially successful. And then once I discovered that, I realized that there's more to life. And I wanted spiritual awareness, which is ultimately the goal. When you fill all of those gaps, like, okay, so you start seeing retention, life becomes clear. You see all these gaps in your life. You start to fill those gaps. You start to take care of what you need to take care of, the responsibilities and the things that you've been slacking on. You take care of those things. You fill those gaps. Now you're like, what's next? That's usually when people become spiritual. But when you're lacking financially, when you're lacking in your relationships, when you're lacking emotionally, mentally, mental health, all these things, you can't necessarily seek spiritual transformation, spiritual awareness, spiritual bliss, and just that deep connection with God. That usually comes when all the gaps are filled in your life. And you realize you filled all the gaps and you're still not fulfilled, so then you become spiritual. But you have to fill those gaps first, and a gap that most people have to fill is a financial gap, and that's what I'm talking about mostly in this video. So when you start to conserve your energy, you start putting it towards creating financial success. And the best way that I've discovered to do this is you also discover your purpose on this journey. When you discover your purpose, you figure out a way to turn your purpose into a product or turn your purpose into some sort of service that you can provide to someone else. And then they will pay you for it, and now you have a business while you're living in your purpose. This is literally the key to the good life. This is what I've discovered. I mean, I'm living it, guys. I'm not just going to tell you this and not live it. You know, when you're able to live in your purpose, I'm helping men live in their purpose. I'm helping men develop themselves, become the best version of themselves. And I have a product. I have a book, but I also have the 40-day mental detox challenge. It's not available yet, but it'll be available soon. The 40-day mental detox challenge helps you detox your mind in 40 days so you can do 3 things. Discover your God-given purpose, design a vision for your future, and develop faith that is possible. Most people don't know what their purpose is. They don't have their dream life designed. They don't have faith that it's possible for them. So that's what I help people do in the 40-day mental detox challenge, but it's not available yet. But what I do have available that allows me to still live my purpose is my one-on-one coaching programs, 8 weeks or 12 weeks, whichever program they choose, whichever one that aligns with them and me. And if we're in alignment, I bring men, some women too, but God has been really pushing me to bring men through these programs and to help men on my journey. So since that's what he's been pushing me to do, now it's mostly men. However, I work with many women. I bring people through 8 to 12-week programs. While I'm living in my purpose, I'm enjoying it when I'm going through these programs with these people. I'm helping them overcome their doubts, their fears, their limiting beliefs, their negative thoughts, and tap into their purpose. I'm working with them. I enjoy doing it, and they pay me well. So once you discover what your purpose is, it doesn't matter what your purpose is. Your purpose might be, who knows, helping people with their mindset. Your purpose might be, you might be a preacher or a pastor. Your purpose might be, you might be a cook. You might make people food. You may be a barber. You may cut people's hair so that when they go places, they look good, they look sharp. You don't have to have some massive world-changing purpose. Your purpose can change someone's life, put a smile on someone's face. So whatever that is, you can use it to then profit off of. And there's nothing wrong with profiting off of something if you're adding value to someone else's life. You're helping somebody improve their life. So ultimately, semen retention is going to help you fill the gaps in your life. It's going to help you discover your purpose. And then the ultimate reason for it is connection with God, connection with the divine, what I call self-realization, or what's called self-realization. I didn't name it that. I call it discovering your true nature, tapping into your true nature, who you truly are. So with that being said, I would recommend to stay away from the websites, from wasting your life force energy, your sexual energy, because that's the energy that once you start to channel in different directions, your life will never be the same, all right? Much peace and love to all of you. Stay strong on this path, stay disciplined, and stay seeking God. I'll see you in the next video.